In the course with the Go rules, we've talked about a unique situation known as ko. And I told you back then that if you don't want to make the game more complicated, it's better to avoid it. But sometimes a ko is simply unavoidable. What if it happens in your game and you have to win it? What do you do then? Let's see an example. This is a game between two amateur players, and this game is coming to an end. Only some small moves are left to be played here, and then all of a sudden, black cuts here. White didn't see anything suspicious about this, and just captured the stone. But this was actually a big mistake. This allowed black to Atari, and unfortunately, white can't connect here after this. If white tries that, do you see what's going to happen? What will black do? I hope that you remember some of the tactical tricks that I taught you, and then you notice that after white connects, black can play this Atari. And even though it looks like white can capture the stone, but that's impossible. After white captures it, this is a snapback. Black will capture back, and all of these stones are dead. After this Atari, white can't connect. White has to connect here instead to avoid the snapback. And now black will capture here, and the ko begins. If black wins the ko and captures the stone, then this will destroy most of white's territory on the right side. So white wants to win this ko desperately. And if we want to win the ko, we need to find some ko threats. A ko threat is a move that threatens your opponent, and it has to be bigger than the value of the ko. For example, if you have a ko that's worth 5 points, then you are looking for a threat that's bigger than 5, at least 6 points. Then your opponent will respond to it, and then you'll go back and capture the ko. In this game, white found this move. It threatens to cut off a large group of black by playing here. This kind of loss would be too big, so black connects. The position has now changed, so white can recapture the ko. And now black has to look for a ko threat, and I think you can help him do that. Black has a couple of big ko threats here, but in the game, they played like this, threatening to cut off the 5 white stones. That's quite big, so white connected, and black recaptured the ko. Next, in the game, white pushed here, and this is Atari on the 4 stones. But actually, those 4 stones might not be big enough. And if black now ignores this and wins the ko, allowing white to capture those stones would probably still let black win this game easily. That's exactly what I meant by saying that the ko threat has to be big enough, bigger than the value of the ko. So for example, this might be another ko threat for white. White is threatening to capture this stone. But unfortunately, even if white does that and black wins the ko, black is alive here and alive here, so this capture is not that big. Black still destroys the entire side. So when you're playing a game and you have a ko, try to always compare the size of your ko threats and play the biggest ones first, because those are the hardest for your opponent to ignore. In this game, white's bluff was successful, and black connected here. White takes the ko. After this, black has another ko threat here. This cut is threatening to play here next and capture those 5 white stones. This is huge, so white needs to respond. Black takes the ko, and white has a ko threat here, threatening to cut off the 2 stones. And it might seem that those 2 stones are not important, but look, there are many points around them that are now neutral because the stones are here, but if white cuts them off, like this, all of those points will belong to white. So this threat is bigger than it seems. Black responded, and white captured the ko again. Both sides are running out of big ko threats, so next black played here. And white can't really connect like this, because after this, white wouldn't be able to find the next ko threat. So white had to ignore this and connect this ko, because this one is bigger. Black captures the stone, and this could be another ko, but unfortunately white doesn't have a ko threat that's big enough for this, because if black captures this stone, the entire white corner will die. So white's ko threat has to be bigger than all of this, and that's impossible. So in the game, white had to compromise and just capture the stone. This way, allowing black to Atari here next and cause more damage to the left side. And this is how you play a ko and look for ko threats. As you can see, this is a whole board thing, because you have to look for ko threats everywhere. But the advice that I gave you in the Go rules still stands. While you're still new to the game, if you see that you don't have to play the ko, maybe it's better to avoid it. By the way, you can also watch these lessons on our platform, gomagic.org. Except there, you'll watch them with interactive quizzes right within the lessons and practical exercises right after them. And if you enjoy watching these Go videos and you don't want to miss others like this one, go smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and this is Go Magic.